Okay, when you first open up the forum index page, you're going to see a whole bunch of different forums you can go on, and I'm just going to be explaining what each of them is, and different kinds of cool stuff you can do there. Okay, first up is the headquarters forum, and headquarters forum is the place where you find all the important things that you're going to need that has to do with the forums. The first forum you'll see is announcements and news. That's where me and the other staff are going to be making announcements about anything from new events to updates to pretty much anything that you need to know. It'll be there. None of the topics are going to be deleted. There's no expiry date on them. Anytime you want to check out some of the news that's been happening, if you've been away for a while, just go there and scroll down. It's all there in front of you. The next one is the meet and greet forum. This is going to be a big thing for you new members. It's just a nice friendly place. You can go, you put up your own topic, call it whatever you like. Suppose it's hi or I'm new or anything. Be unique with it if you want to. That's just a place you can go, introduce yourself, and get to know a few people. Also, if you're planning on leaving the forums for an extended period of time, or you've been gone for an extended period of time, just feel free to let us know there. Down from that is the rules and regulations forum. That's where you're going to find all the little intricate rules and regulations of the forum. Everything from general rules to specific policies and regulations on how we go about doing things. That's a definite read for new members. Make sure you check it out because you don't want to go getting a warning or suspension for something that you didn't realize you were doing wrong. The next forum down from that is the public support forum. That's another interesting forum for you new members. Basically, if you have any problems have to do with the forums or essentially anything else about the site, including anything from rules to questions about roleplay systems, templates, any problems you have getting features to work, or just it could be a question about anything, post it there and we will address it and we will answer it to the best of our ability. However, before you post, make sure you refer to the answered questions subforum, because the question that you want to ask might already be answered, and it could be bothersome for us to continually answer the same questions over and over. So rather than go through that kind of trouble, just check out the answered questions subforum, and if it's not there, feel free to post them. It's okay. Down from that is suggestions and ideas. This is a really good thing for all you creative and unique people out there. If you have something in mind that you want to see in the forums, or perhaps an idea for an event or storyline plot, or essentially anything, feel free to post it there, and we'll discuss it and work through it, and if it looks good, we'll do our best to implement it into the forums. Next is complaints and issues. If there's something that you don't feel is right about the forums, or if you have problems with specific members, or if you feel you're being treated unfairly by staff, post there, and that's when me or one of the other admins will address it, and we'll make sure it's sorted out as soon as possible. Next from that is the staff applications forum. This is a big thing for usually people who've been on the forums for a while, or people who have a lot of experience running forums or running RPs, and if you want to help out with Way of Shinobi X, there's a staff application form you can fill out and post it there in your own topic, and the staff will look over it, and if it looks like a good application and we do have vacant positions for staff members, then you will be a candidate for that position. As of right now, the forum is fairly new and we are looking for staff members. We need about a half dozen. but we can take upwards to 10. So if any of you guys want to help out, feel free to post an application there, and if everything checks out, you'll be on board staff with Shinobi X. Next is RP Central. Now this is a really fun spot. Essentially, anything you have to do with role-playing here, you can do. There's the sub-forums. The RP Academy is essentially a place where you can go ask questions about role-playing, get help improving your skills with it, or get help with essentially anything that has to do with role-playing on forums. Next is the Mock Battle Arena, and that's one of my personal favorites. It is a place where you can use your own role-playing characters that you've created to fight against other people's characters in a no-holds-barred fight with no restrictions on what you can do, and it does not affect your character's storyline. You can do whatever you like of no consequence to you. So it's a really fun place to just go have a blast, go all out, and have a bit of fun. Next from that is the Brainstorming Lab. If you're having trouble thinking of an idea for a character, a clan, a weapon, anything that has to do with the roleplay, post it there and just brainstorm ideas. You could end up having a good time with it and coming up with some ideas you never thought you could. And lastly, you have the RP General Discussion, which is just a place you can go and talk about essentially anything that has to do with roleplay, from your opinions on the storyline or certain areas of the roleplay or even individual characters. And the last subforum of the headquarters forums is roleplay systems, and that's where you're going to find the real nit and grit stuff that relates to how you roleplay in the forums. Basically, what a role-playing system is a set of rules and regulations that determines how certain elements of roleplay are carried out. There you'll find interesting things like our experience system, our money system, and essentially all the main things you need to know, like stats. Stats is a very important one. Specialties. And essentially, if you look through a profile template and you see something that you're probably not familiar with, more than likely you're going to find it in there. So next, on to our fairly simple forum here, the data archives. This is essentially a collection of both canon and non-canon characters, techniques, clans, weapons, equipment, summons, and essentially everything else that you can use for your character. All of the forums custom everything. Like I said, characters, techniques, clans, weapons, equipment, summons, it's all here. In addition to this, we have a fairly large database on canon information, which is essentially just things from the original series. And at the very bottom of the data archives is the template and application form subforum. And this is the place where you can go if you're applying for anything from characters, clans, techniques, weapons, equipment, summons, locations, and essentially everything else that's not a staff application can be found here. And you just send that to the respective approval accounts, which I'll get to later, and you'll get your application looked over.